2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Golden State Warriors.
Another preseason matchup, and with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know how dominant the Warriors are, but we also know that turnovers remain their Achilles heel. Now, Steve Kerr says sometimes the game comes too easy for our guys. They think they can do anything. We just have to keep it simple. The simple leads to the spectacular. And as the simple reporter, I send it back to the spectacular Kevin Harlan.
DA, thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. Not so much time for preseason these days, but coaches still have to get their teams ready despite the lack of games.
And I think the best coaching staffs in the league, Kevin, don't expect that they're going to do it with the shortened preseason we have now and only a limited number of games. They lean on their player development. They lean on their assistant coaches to make sure that the guys are in town early, 3 or 4 weeks before that first date where you pull on your uniform and you take your pretty pictures with that on. Mm-hmm. But you're in shape, you're ready to go, and mentally ready to attack the season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, O'Neal is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Miller in at the 2 spot. Now here's Arenas. Following the shot by Chris Paul. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. There's the pass to George. Top of the key, Ibaka. Here's Shaq. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And O'Neal, just a brute on the block, simply overpowers the opposition.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the foul called on the Atlanta Hawks. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
To the middle, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, 1 step past half court, he's too close.
Paul against Arenas. Paul passes to O'Neal, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Antetokounmpo against Miller. Knocked away. Outside for Arenas. Puts up a 3. Connects from 3-point range. Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. George finds Ibaka. Now here's Paul. Guarded by Marion. Antetokounmpo against Miller. The 3-pointer, no good. Marion, right side. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
From past the arc. And no good that time. And Golden State will go the other way with it. This preseason match with Atlanta giving them a chance to check out this Hawks team.
And they dominated this club last season, looking to carry that over this season as well.
Well, beyond the physical stuff, what I like about Giannis right now is the feel for the game. That time, great timing defensively.
Good.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Marion. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Now let's see the stat sheet here on Chris Paul. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 8 assists and 5 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Now Paul. Paul George missing from long range. Paul kicks to George. Kept alive. Here's Shaq. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Jordan. And trying to defend the Warriors.
Timeout.
All that motion. Brent, how tough is that to defend?
Well, it kills you, Kevin, because it's not like you know if you give up an open shot, it's going to go in. That happens with most of the NBA. It's the fact that maybe you're 2 feet away or 6 inches away from getting a steal, and that play costs you, and it just keeps coming at you for 48 minutes. Those devastating shooters, all of that movement, really tough to guard, and everybody in the league's having their troubles with it.
Miller against Antetokounmpo. Miller, the pass to George. Puts it up from 17 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Arenas kicks to Nowitzki. On the wing, Marion. Defended by George. 6 to shoot. From 13, and it's sent back by George. To the inside, and the dunk by O'Neal.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Prez finds Antetokounmpo. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Hawks, leading by 5. Passes it to George. Beyond the arc. Here's Ibaka. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Arenas. Pass to Nowitzki. George against Marion. Over George. The shot by Marion, no good.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
Back to Shaq, and Shaq with the slam.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Arenas with it. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Now here's Paul. To the inside. And there's Shaq. That's good on the assist by Paul. O'Neal's got 12 points in the game.
It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Timeout called the Warriors. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position as we knew it is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolving.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric, screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
Well, Brent, as a former dunk contest winner, I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Neek coming in, flying in, and finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Neek provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years.
Here's Paul following the score by Golden State. Knocked loose. Marion with the steal. Stolen by O'Neal. Paul looking around. Now the pass to Young. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Now Arenas. He has 5. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that?
Young against Antetokounmpo. Young passes to O'Neal. 5 to shoot. Inside. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
George, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one. Antetokounmpo against Young. Antetokounmpo kicks it over to Arenas. Bangs home the trifecta. Arenas has got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors. Paul finds George. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. George has got 7.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, Giannis scores inside, one of the best in the business at getting his feet wet in the paint, and a strong feel for the attack that time.
Now, here's George. He has 7. Back to Paul. Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for him.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
So the wing on the left from about 19 feet, and he can't bank that one in. To the inside. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. And stolen by Arenas. And now it's Marion running. He can go all the way.
And Marion finishes with strength there, demonstrating how athletic he is with that dunking ability.
The Hawks leading by 8. Ball outside. Here's Shaq. Great D that time from Nurkic. Inside. Paul with the steal. .40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And they double up Paul. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Golden State with it. Warriors trail by 8. Outside, Antetokounmpo. From deep, Arenas. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Nailed from three-point land.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
And here's Arenas. 8 points for him. Pass to Antetokounmpo. With 1 on the clock. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
Well, you like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And so it's Atlanta. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Don't go anywhere.
I'm just trying to focus on the court.
I think he's already a top 10 player with his skill set and physical tools, Greg. He can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
The NBA preseason action continues here on 2K Sports. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
They've got Antetokounmpo. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jones. And it's Nixon in at the point. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Jones against Rondo. He kicks it to Lucas. Shot clock at 5. The drive by Green. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hawks lead by 11.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Green, the pass to Paul. Kicks to Lucas. Rondo against Jones. Charity stripe shot. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Antetokounmpo against Green. Jones checked in for Golden State. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Miller's checked in. Outside, Jones. And stolen by Lucas. And now running up the court, Miller pushing it up. Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. That free throw good from Miller. We see more and more teams looking to push the tempo. Is that just a fad, or is this going to be a long-term thing?
Well, if I can play against any defense that has no ability to set up where they want to be or have the matchups with the players they want to have, Kevin, I'm going to look to take advantage. And if that happens in the first 5-6 seconds with one pass, so be it.
Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Warriors now, trailing by 13. Clock at 6. Nixon, defended by Lucas. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. Then on Monday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat.
And you know, for that Knicks game, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Miller surveying the floor. The three. It's rebounded by Golden State. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And that's what happens when you become too perimeter-oriented. If you're not hot, you don't score.
I think if the coaching staff goes back and looks at the film and you assess the quality of looks, they're not going to be happy about it. At times, they just failed to take advantage of the openings for the best shooters.
Rondo kicks to Miller. Gasol up top. The Hawks working the ball around. Rondo. And that one goes long.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Green against Jones. Over Green. Again, the miss by Jones. The Hawks leading by 13. To the paint. Here's Rondo. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And checking out numbers for Green, he's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 7 assists and 7 rebounds. And when it all comes together for him, this is what he's capable of.
Yeah, this is what his coaches have been waiting for that light bulb to turn on. And right now, it is burning bright. He looks fantastic.
Jones kicks to Jones. Nixon, the pass to Jones. Back to Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Feeds it to Green. With the floater. That shot off. And Golden State will come the other way.
This is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
The Hawks leading by 15. Down low. Rondo's shot is off.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Issel. Nixon. He's covered by Rondo. Jones against Green. They get it again. Pass to Nixon. Outside, Jones. And stolen by Miller. Here's Rondo. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes. And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Green finds Miller. That three off the mark.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Nixon.
One of the better shots in his arsenal. Someone has to rotate.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, you try to put up these scoring runs, and it hurts when you all of a sudden just give away free points from the free throw line.
Sean Marion, he's checked in for Golden State. Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, Draymond Green, we know he plays with attitude and he plays with force. But his teammates appreciate the unselfish approach he has.
Jones against Green, 14 feet away. Green with the block.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
13 feet away. And that one hits back iron.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Now here's Marion. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Jordan. Coming off a terrific season, second in field goal percentage. And he was also the NBA's third leading rebounder among elite company when it comes to working off the glass.
And you pointed out his ranking as the second best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become number one this time around. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Warriors. Prez comes in for Jones. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. O'Neal's checked in for Gasol. Baca comes in for Lucas. George is checked in for Green. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For Atlanta, they have been good at the free throw line, and this one, 7 of 8.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Jones kicks it over to Arenas. Back to Jones. Lobs it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, that's where they look to him most. DeAndre Jordan with arms that go on for days. Just toss that ball anywhere, and he knows what to do with it.
George against Marion. Now, here's George. Defense is right there. Shot clock at 6. Young's shot is off. Warriors trailed by 14. Right side, Arenas. Pass to Marion. And it's Jordan to top the key. Golden State moving it around. Jones in the post. Young's there. And it's sent back by George.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Here's Miller. He has 7. Tipped away. And the pass to O'Neal. And here's George for 3. Drops in the tray. George has got 10 points. A lot of fans in Indiana upset with Paul George for deciding to leave. Do they have a point, Brent, or is that unfair?
I think it's a little unfair, Kevin. The 7 great years from Paul George, obviously had to recover from the leg injury and came back strong. But PG wanting to go somewhere where he could win a title, and that's a decision that every player has to make. PG thought somewhere else he might have that opportunity and maybe more chances to do so.
And the basket by Jones.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Hawks leading by 15. Miller kicks to Shaq. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Chris Paul, he's checked in for Atlanta. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Antetokounmpo passes to Arenas. Back to Antetokounmpo over Young. Antetokounmpo finds Prez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's 10 points for Prez. And it's Paul with the ball for Atlanta. Pass to Young from beyond the arc. Another three for Atlanta.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Young against Antetokounmpo. Here's Marion. It's blocked by Shaq.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
And it's Paul missing.
And still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
The shot by Marion, no good. The Hawks leading by 16. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Nurkic checked in for Jordan. Ball against Arenas. Now, here is Young. He's covered closely. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there. Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Atlanta's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. George, that's a 2-pointer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Antetokounmpo against Young. It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Antetokounmpo.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Paul against Arenas. Here's Paul. Marion with the steal. And so it's Atlanta up by a dozen here at the end. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They are leading by 12. And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they got a nice advantage in the free throw department. I wish I was a shooter. They've been the one taking the direct approach. They're driving the lane, being physical.
And now with the second half about to...
Preseason in the NBA, and it's great to have you with us. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Miller is out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's George in at the 3 spot.
It just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
O'Neal. He kicks it to Ibaka. O'Neal trying to break free. Ibaka, no luck. Warriors trail by 10. Back to Antetokounmpo. Paul against Arenas. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Arenas has got 12 points in the game.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
George passes to O'Neal. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt, without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
George finds Ibaka. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. In the third spot, Paul George.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
That free throw, no good.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league, but that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
Good on the second free throw. Arenas with it. 12 points for him. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. And taken away by Paul. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th in scoring, 11th in blocks, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league. His top 5 ranking last year puts him right there in the ranks of the elite.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
Passes to O'Neal. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Well, no defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
Here's Arenas. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Warriors have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
And take a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
Ball against Arenas. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Jordan. Launches it. That's tipped. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Monday, they'll start out on the road and play the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And that game against the Clippers, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
For Atlanta, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. First free throw is good. Ibaka hits both of them. We hear a lot about small market teams being anxious about retaining their own star players. Is that overblown, or do you think there is reason for concern on their part?
Do we think that players are not going to get recognized if they play in a small market by the national media, if they're one of the best players?
Well, look at Oklahoma City, look at Milwaukee with Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're all getting recognized.
Yeah, I think these ideas have gone by the wayside for a lot of players, and they want the best opportunity for their playing and their best opportunity to shine, no matter where that is. So it's a bit of an archaic argument, in my opinion, Kevin, the way it is that we see guys nowadays, and take the small market thing out about it. There's one market, it's called the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Miller kicks to George. To the middle, knocked loose. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Miller. Outside for Arenas, and they double up Arenas. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Jordan's shot is off.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
Arenas attacking, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That Shots on Shaq. The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Lucas is checked in for Atlanta. Draymond Green comes in for George. And both free throws good for Arenas. And so Miller will bring it up for Atlanta. 17 points was their biggest margin. Out left to the wing. Back to Lucas. Miller outside. And Jones sends it back. Over Miller. And again, no good by Golden State.
Just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake. Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Green against Marion. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Here's Arenas. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Paul for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Jordan's Warriors trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Arenas against Paul. Jordan the pass to Marion. Here's Issel beyond the arc. Paul grabs the board. Paul's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Green. Over to the left wing. Shaq kicks to Miller. Paul outside. Sean Marion grabs the miss.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Paul with the steal. Green in the post. Guarded by Marion. Green the pass to Lucas. To the inside. And stolen by Jordan. Looking to get it going. Green with the block.
You can see Draymond Green so fired up every time he has a chance to impact the game defensively.
And they pick up 2. Warriors trail by 9. Jones looking for an opening. Over Miller. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, nice move. He can do some damage in there if he's given the chance.
Paul outside. There's the 3. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. That's 12 points for Chris Paul.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. One guy who's been getting it done is Shaquille O'Neal.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Pass to Arenas. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Miller kicks to Green. Paul outside. From 17 feet out, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And now a 12-point Atlanta lead. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And stolen by Miller.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Here's Green. Shaq in the high post. Paul outside. Now the pass to Lucas. Over Marion. Clock at 6. No good from Lucas.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Nurkic. And then for Atlanta, Young comes in for Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Chris Paul. Rondo with the steal. Miller outside, and it's Rondo in the corner. Back to Miller. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Golden State. A 12-point game. Releases from 15. Nowitzki for three. Good on the three-point shot. Nowitzki's got himself on the board with three there.
And Nowitzki is one of the deadliest shooters of all time. Every time he lets it go from deep, you just get the feeling it's going in.
Here's Rondo. Misses off the left iron.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Here's Nixon. It's blocked by Shaq. To the paint. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Miller's got 3 assists now in this one.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Rondo dishes to Young. Kicks to Miller. The Hawks working the ball around. Rondo finds Miller. Jones against Young. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Jones against Young. Pass to Rondo. Now Miller. And here's Shaq. 6 to shoot. $18 feet out. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Nowitzki. To the inside, and stolen by Miller. The drive by Rondo. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Hawks lead by 13.
And this is why Rondo's teammates love to run and play with him. Fearless as a competitor and terrific at scoring in deep.
Jones against Miller. And the basket by Jones. Jones has got his second basket of the game.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Miller, good.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The Warriors have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. That free throw, no good. Some changes for Golden State. Jordan, he's checked in for Jones. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Jones. Atlanta also making some changes here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Lucas. And Georgia subbed in for Nick Young. Rondo's scanning the floor. He kicks it to George. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Atlanta. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with... Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Ball's got to move, all right? So just start driving and kicking and moving it on, all right? Just settle in. Make easy, simple passes.
And Greg, the offense doesn't look very fluid right now.
I mean, not enough movement. When the ball is zipping around, this team much more difficult to defend.
Thanks for being with us as we get going here once again. A preview of the upcoming NBA season ahead. Marion is out there with Nowitzki. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Jordan. And it's Nixon in at the 1 spot. That's the Warriors 5. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Marion outside. Passes to Nixon. The three-pointer, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
George against Marion.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
And he knocks down the first one.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
Drains the three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 18.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Miller. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Prez is checked in for the Warriors. And a change for the Hawks. Paul's checked in for Rajon Rondo.
What improvement we saw during Giannis Antetokounmpo's first few years in the league. Went from raw to ridiculous in a hurry.
And it's George missing. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Outside Arenas. Back to Antetokounmpo. Down low. He's looking for Marion and finds him.
A great floor awareness says that Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
Here's George over Marion, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The first free throw is good. And George drops them both.
I felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Ball against Arenas. Inside. The shot by Marion, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Miller, the pass to O'Neal. The shot missing. Arenas with the defensive effort. Here's Antetokounmpo. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Arenas against Paul. Here's Nowitzki. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. First one falls for him. And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Outside, George. Marion with the steal. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And stolen by Miller. And taken away by Arenas. Over Paul. Warriors the rebound. Arenas kicks to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Just 5 on the clock. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. And the Hawks lead by 16.
Yeah, I don't know when Chris Paul sleeps. It's never during the game. Always active and keeping his arms moving, which is how he's able to swipe that one away.
Here's Arenas. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Here's Miller. That's tipped. Miller against Antetokounmpo. George looking around. Pass to Miller. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. The wide open look here for Marion. Here's Nowitzki. Rebound by the Hawks. O'Neal's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. To the inside, Miller. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Arenas against Paul. Now here's Arenas. Tight defense on him. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. And that one falls for Arenas. The Hawks leading by 13. Paul kicks to George. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Paul against Arenas. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
To the middle. And Shaq with the slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Marion kicks to Antetokounmpo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
Miller kicks to George. Paul passes to O'Neal. Count the basket. O'Neal's got 6 in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Antetokounmpo finds Prez. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Clock at 6. Marion outside. Nowitzki for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Now George. Dishes to Miller. Paul outside. Eight for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
They get a hand on it. Paul George with the steal. Pull up Jay, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
Golden State's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Arenas. Arenas has got 3 assists in the game. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And stolen by Nowitzki. Here's Marion. No good from outside.
But the effort's been there for him, just not getting the results.
Paul against Arenas. O'Neal. And it goes down 2 points. Shaq's got 14 points now in the second half.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And they double up Arenas. And George gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Miller dishes to George. Over Marion. Again, the Hawks score.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Jordan kicks to Nowitzki. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Arenas, drilled from 11 feet out. Arenas has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
And Shaq with the slam.
Timeout.
He's just so efficient, getting his points within the flow of the offense. Great recipe for success.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Shaq.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And now we can see that when he's at his best, they are a very dangerous team, going up against the defending champs and getting the job done. Paul against Arenas. He feeds it to Nowitzki. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
All against Arenas. And Ibaka kicks to George. Back to Ibaka. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. The dish to Arenas. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Chris Paul picks up that one. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got 2 pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that 23.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hawks.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
Here's Marion. Offline with his three.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Arenas against Paul. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Clock at 4. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
More and more, it's about the maturation process of Giannis and his game, learning now how to sell defenders with pump fakes.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. So both teams making some changes here. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. 34 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Rondo passes to Green. To the middle. Here's Gasol. Trying to get something going. And that one hits back iron.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
It's stolen by Green. He dishes it to Young. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. We're glad you joined us.